After 5 years of waiting, leaks, and endless copium, HoYoverse just dropped the biggest bombshell ever, and the Traveler is finally getting a skin. This isn't a drill, this isn't a fan edit, and it's definitely not a prank. HoYoverse decided to break the internet on a random Friday night by releasing the first official teaser for the Traveler's new outfits. We have the silhouettes, we have the lore description, and thanks to some very reliable leaks that came out immediately after, we have a massive amount of information on what these skins actually look like and a crazy gameplay update that might be coming with them. We need to talk about the CWXR code, the bizarre stat buffs, and the mystery of the Geo Traveler's defense scaling. Looking for the best way to recharge in Genshin Impact? Loot Bar is the smarter choice. It works exactly like the in-game top-up, but it's way more affordable. New users get 10% off with the link in the pinned comment, and users can receive an additional 5% discount coupon. Loot Bar also has special deals on crystal packs, including the 6480 bundle, and even an all-in-one package with everything you need. See this? The regular $100 pack only costs $80 on Loot Bar. The process is simple and secure. You don't need your password or login. Just enter your UID, pick your server, choose your pack, and your crystals are delivered in seconds. Players around the world trust Loot Bar because it's fast, safe, and affordable. So don't waste your money. Click the link in the description or pinned comment and start saving on your top-ups today. Loot Bar, safe, fast, and way more affordable. Now, for a quick reminder about the new giveaways. Both of the 6480 Genesis Crystals giveaways are active right now and will stay open until December 31st. I'll be announcing the winners on January 1st. All you need to do is be subscribed, watch all the videos, and comment your UID and region. 2 winners will be picked soon, so don't miss your chance. Let's be real for a second. We have been asking for this since the game launched. We have skins for 4 stars. We have skins for standard banner 5 stars. We even got outfits for Diluc and Ayaka before the main protagonist got a change of clothes. For the longest time, the Traveler has been visually stuck in the same outfit, visiting nation after nation without ever changing their look. It became a running joke in the community. But late last night, the official Genshin Impact accounts posted an image titled, "As Heaven and Earth Are Made Anew." The caption is what really hits you in the feels. It says that these outfits are from a past that is now as ethereal as a dream. But the kicker? The description explicitly states, this outfit was once cherished by the other of 2 companions who set out on a journey together. Just let that sink in. The outfit Aether is wearing is Lumine's favorite on him, and vice versa. It's heartbreaking and wholesome at the same time. Let's break down this image because there are some insane details hidden in the shadows. If you look at the official silhouette, you can clearly see the Traveler whether you play Aether or Lumine wearing something completely different from their standard armor. Let's start with the male Traveler, Aether. He is rocking what looks like a full formal suit or a tuxedo. It has a very elegant prince vibe to it. But the biggest change? Look at his hair. It's pulled back. He has a ponytail now. It's a much more mature, refined look compared to his usual braid. He's standing there with this incredible posture, looking like he owns the place. Then we have Lumine. Her silhouette looks like a natural, flowing dress. It's less armored than her default skin, and leans way more into that princess aesthetic. It's elegant, it's soft, and in the image, the 2 siblings are reaching out to each other. It's actually beautiful. Now, usually, we would just stare at these shadows and guess the colors, but the internet works fast. Shortly after the official reveal, reliable leakers, specifically via the HXG network, found data in the game files that confirms this is real. There is a specific code attached to these skins, CWXR. Whenever we see a code like that in the files, it means the model exists. It's not just promotional art for a web event, it is a playable asset. This is happening. And we actually have a description of the colors thanks to some circulated images that popped up right after the announcement. While I can't show you the leaked 3D model directly because HoYoverse would take this video down, I can describe exactly what the source saw. The color palette is primarily white. Both siblings seem to be wearing outfits that are almost entirely white, which makes sense given their light element origins. However, it's not just plain white. There are accents of deep blue and black, very similar to the cosmic cape that Paimon wears. For the male Traveler, imagine a white tuxedo jacket, but the details have that starry, abyss-style dark blue. His pants are gray, fading into a gradient, somewhat similar to the style of shorts Albedo wears, but longer and more formal. There are gold and red accents on the trim, which matches the traveler's original aesthetic, but elevated to a premium tier. For Lumine, her dress follows the same pattern white base, purple and cosmic blue accents. The source pointed out something really interesting about the design philosophy here. The teaser says the outfit is the favorite of the other person. When you look closely at the leaked details, the chest piece and some of the accessories on the male traveler match the design elements usually found on the female traveler, and vice versa. They are literally wearing elements of each other's style. It's a massive win for the lore lovers out there. But this update isn't just about looking good. This is where things get a little controversial and, honestly, a bit confusing. Alongside the skin leak, there is information circulating about a massive gameplay update for the Traveler in the next version. According to the leaker Hakushin, who has a very strong track record, we aren't just getting skins. We are getting attribute bonuses, literal stat buffs for the Traveler depending on which element you are using. This is huge because the Traveler has fallen off the meta hard in recent years, except maybe for Dendro. Here is the breakdown of the leaked buffs. If you are using a Nemo Traveler, you are reportedly getting a 10% critical rate increase. That is a solid, straightforward buff. If you are using Electro Traveler, you get a 20% energy recharge boost. Again, makes perfect sense since Electro Traveler is a battery. If you are using Dendro Traveler, you get a massive 60 elemental mastery boost. That is actually incredible and makes the Dendro Traveler even better for free-to-play Hyperbloom teams. For Hydro, you get a 20% HP increase, and for Pyro, which we assume is coming eventually, a 20% attack increase. There is also a mention of Cryo giving 20% critical damage. But then we have the Geo Traveler, and this is where I need you to pause and think. The leak says the Geo Traveler will receive a 20% defense boost. Wait, what? If you have been playing Genshin Impact for a while, you know that the Geo Traveler's damage scaling is based on attack. His boulders, his burst, it all scales off attack. He isn't Noel. He isn't Albedo or Itto. He doesn't have split scaling with defense. So why on earth would HoYoverse give him a defense buff? There are two possibilities here. One, the leak is slightly off, or it's a placeholder for a different stat. Or two, and this is the crazy theory, HoYoverse might be planning to rework or tweak the Traveler's multipliers to actually make defense useful for him. If they don't change his kit, a 20% defense boost is literally useless. So, take the Geo part with a grain of salt, but the fact that they are looking at buffing the Traveler at all is a good sign. So the big question on everyone's mind, how do we get these skins? Are they going to cost us $30 like the Diluc skin? Or will they be free? If we look at the pattern HoYoverse has established over the last few years, whenever they release a skin that is tied heavily to a main event or a specific theme, the 4-star rarity character usually gets their skin for free. Since the Traveler is technically a 5-star but treated as a free unit, and given that this is their first ever skin after 5 years, the overwhelming sentiment and the hint from the source material is that this will likely be free. We also have to talk about the timing. Releasing this now, after 5 years, feels like a strategic move. The game is entering the final chapters of the Tevat storyline. We are nearing the end of the nations. Giving the Traveler a rebirth outfit now symbolizes that we are entering the endgame. The cosmic and starry details on the skins described in the leaks further support the idea that we are moving closer to the truth of the world, closer to the abyss, and closer to Celestia. The white and purple color scheme is also very suspicious. Who else wears white and purple with starry capes? The sustainer of heavenly principles? The folks in Celestia? Or maybe it ties back to the Traveler's original power before they lost it. The fact that the description calls it a past that is now as ethereal as a dream suggests these might be clothes from their original homeworld, or at least a memory of it. Let's circle back to that 3D model leak one more time because I want to emphasize the quality. The source mentioned that despite the image being pixelated and having Russian text over it, the quality looks too high to be a fake made in an hour. The textures on the traveler's albedo-like shorts and the gradient on the cape look like finished HoYoverse rendering. If this is real, and the CWXR code pretty much confirms it is, we are looking at the single most requested cosmetic update in the history of the game. To wrap this up, here is what we know for a fact. HoYoverse has officially teased the silhouettes. The theme is rebirth. The skins are formal suits and dresses. Here is what is highly likely based on reliable leaks. The skins are white with cosmic blue-purple accents. The code is in the files. The traveler is getting stat buffs in the next patch, specifically targeting their elemental strengths, and confusingly, geo defense. And here is what we are still waiting to confirm. Will the geo buff actually be useful? And will this definitely be a free event reward? Personally, I think making us pay for the traveler's skin after making us look at that dull gray armor for 5 years would be a crime. I'm betting on it being the main reward for the upcoming big event. This is a massive win for us. We survived the drought. We survived the dull sword allegations. We are finally getting some drip. The only thing left to do now is wait for the 3D trailer drop. I will be covering that the second it goes live, so make sure you are ready. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.